Many times when we think of pastures, what comes to the mind of many of us is any available feed where there are green crops where animals can just go and feed. But you see, it's not every available farmland. There's a suitable pastures for animals. That is why there are laws that guide grazing, especially open grazing in public places. Some fields are farmland by people where crops, where labors and investment have been made for them to reap crops, make harvest that is for the feeding of human. What made pasture is an open field that's specifically for livestock feeding. It can be a place where food is stored for livestock feeding, where animal can graze. It's usually full of green crops, green grass mostly, and is available for grazing by animals. So when you see sheep, when you see shepherds go from places to places, or cattle rearers, they find those kind of open field where their animals can be comfortable to feed on grasses around there. It is the same understanding we need to bear in mind when we are reading verse 2. He makes me lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside the still waters. It means the shepherd is able to lead the sheep to where they can be well fed, to where is reserved for their feeding, where their feeding is guaranteed, where they are safe from attack from devourers, dangerous animals as they feed. And applying this to your relationship, we need to be able to trust the Lord that when He leads us from places to places, there are places where we can be kept safe. There are places where we will be well fed, and there are places where we can be at peace while we are in the feeding process. And sometimes it will mean that looking beyond what the external environment says. The green pastures is not determined by the sheep. It is determined by one person, the shepherd. He is the one who leads the sheep in green pasture. And you might have heard what people say. The green pasture is not a location abroad or afar. It is wherever the sheep leads you. And as the shepherd, as the Lord's sheep, without understanding, I can be sure that any location I'm led to, it is where I will find green pasture. I will be safe from harm. I will be well fed. And the other part of it is wherever there is food, you usually see the meal, you usually see the drink. It's a balanced diet. The shepherd is able to provide a balanced diet for us. As he leads us in the green pasture, he's also able to lead us in still waters. It's a flowing water. It's water that where there's quietness. It's an environment that is serene, free from all harm. He is committed to ensuring that we are safe while we are being fed. We are protected at the location he has led us to. So when you are seeking guidance concerning relocation, concerning going from one place to another, have that understanding that the Lord is my shepherd. So when He leads me to places where the policies are against immigrants, when He leads me to places where the environment is seemingly hostile, I am an example of it. Post COVID-19, 2020, I left Lagos, travel 18 hours, more than that, because a car broke down, a bus broke down, travel by road to a location I had nobody. I've never been to. Just this was a time when there was a lot of crisis associated to living in the north. It was a danger zone, but the Lord led me, and I left Lagos to Jos. Many people thought I was crazy. They thought I was on another adventure to explore something new in God. I was just being adventurous. But I knew, because one of the verses God gave me is this verse 23. It's a reality I've walked in. And that's why it's very personal for me. When the Lord asked me to share from this, I was excited because it's an ongoing experience in different phases of my life. I kept reading to myself. The Lord lead me in green pastures. I was at a location, Dusenkura, in Basa local government in Jos, where we were. I was there for 6 months, no electricity. The only female among five guys. We were there for missionary training. Where we were was a camp owned by a Christian NGO. And it got to a point that because of the crisis in the surrounding environment, we can wake up and as a far distance from us, you will see dead bodies because neighboring villages were fighting on boundaries, both the owners of the land and the foreigners. We had to be told to leave that place because they could not continue to ensure our security. But I stayed in that environment knowing that the Lord is able to keep me safe in my green pasture. Sometimes I could not follow service. I have to go to where there was network, download. I will pray, I will fellowship. It was one of the best moments of my life where I labored on intimacy and fellowship with God. It was an eye-opening experience. So it doesn't have to be, it can be being led to a remote area. And I've had the opportunity to go abroad too. It can be being led to foreign countries. The green pastures is defined by the Lord Himself, not you. And you need to trust Him when He said, this is your green pasture. Stay there. Let Him feed you. Let Him nourish you. Let Him establish you. Let Him lead you to where He has called still waters. Drink from it. Let your soul be nourished. Let your soul be refreshed. Because He is your shepherd. And if you are the Lord's sheep and you trust Him, no matter the circumstances, no matter the environment, you shall not starve. You shall not be hungry. You shall not be thirsty. And you shall never want. Join me next week as I continue with Psalm 23, verse 1. Talk to you some other time.